I'm a Gito, she know, he know. The streets know I get 'em by the kilo. Nino, if you need those, holler on the dealer. I'm a Gito, she know, he know. The streets know I get 'em by the kilo. Nino.
And man, for her, I was like, look, you know, I love all my exes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm honestly, I'm pretty much cordial with most of them. We still talk. What's up? How you doing?
Right.
Like, I don't have no ill feelings. I'm never abusive. I never stole your money. I never punched you in the face. Like, look, I'm one of the dudes that it's usually about time. Like, I'm being pulled in a lot of places when it comes to my business and comes to my personal. So the biggest concern I always have with girls is, why don't you spend enough time with me? I'm like, well, the reason why you was fucking with me because I was my business.
Right. I'm about to say, like, yeah, I run 4 businesses.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, how much time do you think I got?
But when we do have time together, it's great. Cause it's like we going to a vacation or I'm paying for such and such. We doing whatever. So, you know, I understand that you want to have those moments all the time, but you got to work to have those moments.
Gotcha.
So,
that's dope. Now, so I definitely want to, I don't want to spend too much time on the porn shit. I want to also be able to talk about, like, how you transition back into the film industry. But just something I've been dying to ask you for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you doing porn and it's like your job, like, is it ever like, cause like obviously it's still sex. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, is there ever time like you fucking a broad and you just thinking to yourself like, this broad is whack?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She is trash.
Absolutely. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I always say it's a job. It's a great job, but it's still a job.
Right.
Because yes, you're having sex, but it's the mechanics of it. Sometimes you gotta do 2 inches away over you holding the camera.
Right.
You got a boom mic. You got a fucking lighting thing on your face and shit. You angle weird and shit. You can't. Everybody thinks they can be a porn star, but you over here, you're fucking complete stranger.
Right.
That you probably met 5 minutes prior to. You got a room full of people that you fucking either don't want to be around or don't want to come with.
That's another thing too, like, because obviously we only see one side of the porn. Like, we just see 2 people in the room or X amount of people in the room fucking. We don't realize, nigga, it's a cameraman, it's a director, it's a boom, it's 4 other motherfuckers is there for no reason.
Oh, yeah, and then stay hard and then don't pop.
Right.
So if it feels great, that's great, but nigga don't come.
Right.
If it doesn't feel great, you still gotta stay hard. And I can't speak for others. I don't use Viagra. Like, again, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I know my body. I know I gotta get 7 hours of sleep.
Right.
I can't eat beforehand because my food's gonna be blood's gonna be digesting my food and shit. So when it comes to performing, again, and I'm not complaining. I'm not sitting here like, oh, my life is so fucking
right. You know, I gotta fuck this bitch today.
Yeah, exactly, right. But it is a job. So like every job, even being an NBA player, it's great, but you get fouled from time to time. You have issues. So it's a good hustle. And the flip side of that is I'm comfortable who I am, but other people aren't comfortable with T-Real. I get that.
Gotcha.
You know, the people have hang-ups about religion and sex and all that shit. And,
you know what I'm saying?
Trying to date is hard, which is like...
And that's another thing I really wanted to ask you about too. Like, do you find like dating, like you have to date someone in the industry?
No, I mean, for a while, yeah. I mean, for a while I was only, and I hate to say it, I was only dating like sex workers in some sense, or chicks that work at Hooters or dancers.
It almost seems like nobody else is going to understand.
It takes a very strong, understanding person to get it from a female's perspective. Because again, for a lot of women, it's I don't want nobody fucking my man. It's a job, it's a gig. You know, for me, I like to be upfront with people. Like, look, because I'm not, and I'm in a different position because I'm not really talent anymore. I'm mostly the manager shit, the agency shit. But even with this, like, look, you're gonna Google something and see me. Right. That's me. Right. You have to understand, but understand that's a job, that's a gig. I'm not trying to leave you for this chick. I'm not trying to disrespect what we got going on.
And even with you being talented, like, it still takes a woman with a lot of trust and a lot of confidence in you, because just being around it, like, bitches is gonna be throwing the pussy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I was definitely one of the issues with my exes I've had. It's like, look, you work with somebody, they like you, you got a good vibe, and then they want to fuck you off camera. Or again, I have fans. I fucked fans before. I've been to conventions and parties and shit like, oh my god, you're T-Real. Yes, we fucking. Yeah, so it's happening. So, but when you have
groupie love, that's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So I've come to the conclusion in my life to just being upfront about people, upfront with who I'm dating in the beginning. Saying this is what these are my expectations. These are my boundaries. You know, it gives me the luxury of being able to say like, look, I'm a sexual person. I like sex. but this is what I expect, and this is what this is what you're asking for, then this is what I can give you, what I can get.
Gotcha.
If you're expecting me to be home with you every night, dinner at 7 o'clock, that's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
You know, but if you're comfortable with me not being around, so when it comes to the sexual side of things, you know, if I'm given the opportunity to work a scene and I feel comfortable doing that, and I need the, not need, but I want to get the money,
right.
I might do that.
Right.
But I'm not going to say no because you feel a certain way. You have to be comfortable with that.
Right.
So you have to find somebody that kind of gets it and understands that
Gotcha.
It's all about communication, because you don't communicate with people. You never meet somebody and say, you know what, you fine as fuck, I want to fuck you. Can I see your age test real quick?
Right.
No,
right.
You hook up with them, you throw a condom on, but in my line of work, that's what we do all the time.
You have to.
I say to a girl, like, look, this is who I am, this is what I do. If you're comfortable with that, we can have a great time.
Right.
If you're not comfortable with that, then we can't. Right now, I don't want you to come to me.
Because it's no point in wasting time.
It's
like,
not,
why even waste each other's time?
It sucks. It's hurt because I've met some people that I thought we can have a really good relationship, and like I've had one telling me, "No, we can't," because I just can't. Like I'm from a religious family, or
right.
I just wouldn't feel comfortable with them. I'm like, okay, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's let me know now before
I'm 6 months in.
Exactly.
We invested.
I'm talking about throwing a ring on you.
Right. I didn't already invested my feelings in you and everything. Yeah, I get that. That makes a lot of sense. Now, have you ever had a situation where you started off and you were upfront, you were honest, you let the female know this is what it is, and she's like, okay, cool, and then a month later, 2 months.
Nah, usually. To answer that question, no, I haven't. Usually what happens is something else happens. Something like I was dating a girl recently, and she got to some Illuminati shit. Like she was like, yeah, like I'm really believing that the world is a certain way. I'm like, you just talking crazy. Right. Like, oh, you a crazy bitch. Okay, all right, thank you. Right. You know, or,
thanks for playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out and looking. All right, so for me, I'm very specific in my dating world as well. What my expectations are.
Gotcha.
Like I don't want somebody that's a druggie. I don't really date people that have kids. I don't really date people that's kind of, that are superficial or stuck up. You can be pretty, but you got a fucked up ass attitude.
Right.
You don't do anything for me. So,
I got you.
I try to cut that off from the beginning too. So for me, that's how it's been mostly.
And like it's funny because like to some people they'll take that as pompous, or they'll take that as like conceited, like what you mean, but I mean niggas like me and you don't exist no more.
No,
there ain't no niggas our age, no children, no felonies.
Nope. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't exist.
The game is set up to trap you.
Right.
So you just have to know it's a game and know how to maneuver around that
right.
shit.
So like I feel like I'm allowed to be a little stuck up. I'm allowed to have a little bit like
expectations.
If you ain't bringing this to the table, I can't fuck with you. Because I remember, I swear to God, there was this time it was in a Hollywood club. I feel like it was Los Palmas. This is some time ago. This chick walked up to me, and she was cute. She was like, "If I was interested in you, what would you be able to bring to the table?" And like, I swear to God, right? So I hit her with like, I bring a whole bunch of no's. She looked at me like, "What you mean?" I was like, "I have no wife. I have no children.
Nice.
I have no diseases. I have no felonies." And she looked and she started perking up. And then I leaned in like, "And no, I'm not interested."
I'm a Cheeto, she know, he know, the streets know, I get 'em by the kilo. Nino, if you need those, holler on a dealer. I'm a Cheeto, she know, he know, the streets know, I get 'em by the kilo. Nino.